The People's National Party is seeking to discourage its comrades from engaging in the use of scandalous and malicious allegations on various social media platforms. The hierarchy of the PNP is very concerned about the political darts that are being thrown by supporters of the two candidates who will be challenging for the presidency of the People's National Party on Saturday. The commentary is vitriol, and of course, it is being splashed across all of social media. And it has caught the attention of both presidential aspirants Mark Golding and Lisa Hanna. Lisa Hanna has condemned these statements across social media as vitriolic. According to the General Secretary, Julian Robinson, there have been complaints about the behavior of supporters of the presidential candidates, which the party's top brass has had to deal with. I think there are concerns which have been expressed, particularly about utterances in social media specifically. Yes, there have been some concerns about some statements coming from some members of the party, supporters mainly, not the candidates. According to Norman Minot, who is the chairman of the Appeals and Monitoring Committee, the internal body has had to request from both teams around Hanna and Golding that they reprimand individuals who are supporting them and engaging in these activities as well. According to Minot, they have received as a committee some complaints that they have had to deal with. I would say by and large, however, that how both campaigns have dealt with the whole process of staying in line with the code of conduct is quite admirable. There are some fringe persons, I would call them, who I think have become a little bit too enthusiastic, and we are dealing with that because we are enforcing the code of conduct. In the interim, however, both Hanna and Golding have expressed disappointment at the behavior of some supporters on social media platforms, and both are looking forward to leading the process of change should they become the president of the People's National Party on Saturday, November 7th. According to Golding, the behavior of some supporters has been a problem for the party for some time, and they have been dealing with that issue. They have reached out to them when it is brought to their attention that they have gone too far, and they have asked them to retract their comments or to remove their comments from social media platforms. Generally speaking, going forward, they have to build a culture of respect for each other in how they discuss issues, and also show respect for the need for discipline in how they present themselves to the outside world and to the wider public. Hanna, in a more passionate response, mentioned that the problem has persisted in the 4 leadership elections since she has been a member of the party, and she believes that it is time for action to be taken against the offensive individuals. I have seen over each presidential election, especially with the advent of social media and other internal elections, how vitriolic persons can get. Certainly in the way forward that I have presented, should I become party leader, it is to make sure that members of the party understand that by damaging the brand of the PNP, they are eroding the trust of the electorate and comrades. It is not comrade-like to do this, and we have to learn to settle our differences internally. There have to be sanctions, especially for members who can be identified, who willingly chose to go on social media and make a decision to discredit any candidate without proof, and willingly do this on various platforms. According to Ms. Hanna, there are individuals who create ghost accounts on social media to denigrate, eviscerate, and bludgeon people's identities and their families. Lisa Hanna has called out for supporters of both camps for personal allegations to stop, which she has said is hard for the family of both Golding and herself to read, and her opinion is that children should be off limits. These caustic statements and the malicious allegations that are being made on social media seems to be taking a toll on both presidential candidates of the People's National Party. It seems to be getting quite overwhelming for the candidates and their families as well. And of course, the People's National Party senior members are also very much concerned about these activities that supporters are engaging in online. And with some persons calling for sanctions to be put in place and for comrades to be held accountable for their online activities and their online statements about presidential candidates and the party overall. It is on the heels of this that Julian Robinson and Fitz Jackson are denying that they are supporting PNP presidential candidates and have stated that these are false allegations and claims. The chairman of the People's National Party, Fitz Jackson, and the General Secretary Julian Robinson are dismissing claims that they have each endorsed one of the two presidential candidates of the PNP. They are both insisting that there is no truth to these allegations, that they have been campaigning for the candidates as well. In a statement, both Robinson and Jackson has stressed that given their roles as chairman and general secretary of the political organization, they have ensured that they remain impartial and neutral. As the chairman and the general secretary respectively of the party and members of the Election Monitoring and Appeals Committee, we believe it is necessary to issue this reaffirmation in the interest of the integrity of the election process as well as our own integrity. Our respective offices, we play an important oversight role in the party's presidential election, and it is essential that we are impartial in the exercise of our duties. It is in that regard that we have accepted that although we are entitled to vote for the candidate of our choice, we must not make any public declarations of our preference nor engage in campaigning. We assure all concerned that we have done neither and will continue to scrupulously maintain our impartiality. Member of Parliament for St. Anne South East Lisa Hanna and Member of Parliament for Southern St. Andrew Mark Golding will be challenging for the presidency of the People's National Party on Saturday, November 7th, when the polls will be held, and the delegates will cast their ballots in favor of either candidate and will choose to issue their mandate to the one that they seem fit to become the sixth president of the People's National Party. Approximately 3,300 delegates are currently eligible to participate in the presidential elections, which will start at 12 locations across the island at 10 a.m. and close at 3 p.m. Results of the presidential elections will be announced by 5 p.m. on Saturday, November 7th as well. Everyone is anxiously awaiting the results because they want to know who will become the next president of the People's National Party. Do you agree with Fitz Jackson and Julian Robinson that they will maintain their impartiality? And do you also believe that they have been maintaining their impartiality and neutrality in these presidential elections? Of course, I would like to know who both of these persons will be voting for on Saturday, November 7th. Thanks for watching.